He just jungled Lycan and got farmed and then became a core, right? Like he didn't
He
buy
was
all the
positioned-
wards.
First of all, I'm doing the trivia. You don't control what the correct answer is. Okay, that is the correct answer.
Okay, I quit this
Whether you
quiz. It
want to-
sucks. I want to join another game show.
All right, Troll Warlord is picked up by Secret, and Vikingg take the position 5 Lycan. Not weird.
He was a position 5 player, but he played Lycan in the strategy, and I don't think it was a 5. Like, I think jungle Lycan was just busted. It's been busted in different phases.
It was busted for 2 weeks. He only played it for like 2 weeks, I want to say.
Radiant's pick.
And this was before Team Secret was a thing, in case you're wondering. So, Timbersaw picked up by Secret. Okay.
Very good against Beastmaster and Chen. It's a great lane matchup against Beast because the way Beastmaster wins lanes is by harassing with the boars and taking CS. But as soon as Timber is level 3, the reactive armor overpowers the boars. And against Chen, similar logic. He has all these creeps that deal damage, but Timber's armor is too much to handle. Tons of AoE damage to kill the creeps. And just overall feels like a really safe hero in the draft currently. Like, Vikingg probably need to solve this hero right now. The classic Timbersaw counter is OD. It's not very good in this meta. Razor is banned. Ursa was a possibility. Slark could have maybe been something too, but they're going to grab Invoker first. Likely to be played by just Boom in mid, so no Quap this time. Unless this is some really weird carry Invoker thing.
Do you like revealing your mid this early?
10 seconds to go.
Can be a bit risky.
I mean, you have to. You have 2 picks in a row.
They have played 4 Invokers in the past month. Let's see what position it was.
Yeah. Secret have the same idea here. They're banning the Ursa. So I would have liked to see the Ursa pick first, but picking a mid here is not bad. You have 2 picks in a row. So if you feel like you give less information for the enemy team to ban off, let's say you didn't want this Ursa, then picking Invoker keeps the carry pool very open.
10 seconds
and you might have some sort of pocket strategy with this push where you have Alacrity plus Beastmaster Aura and then some ridiculous right-click hero. I'm trying to think about what carry they could get that could really bring this lineup together. Like maybe Juggernaut is a possibility. The Healing Ward and you just go Siege. Drow Ranger, if you want to get really creative, could be a thing here. Clinks.
You're talking about for Vikingg?
Yes.
Okay. They did play mid Invoker against OG. They got beat, but apparently they drew the mid lane. If that tells you anything.
Maybe Juggernaut?
I mean, another reason to get Invoker here is perhaps they needed a solar or Spirit Vessel carrier for the Timbersaw. Obviously very strong against that hero.
Yeah. Vessel is really good. I would also say it's very good against Troll. If you use it correctly, when he ulties and you pop it on him after, it's annoying to deal with.
Dispels, right?
Brood. Yeah, so you have to use it after. Worried about the Brood. No. I can see that. I mean, Beastmaster isn't the counter he used to be because axes are magical damage instead of the old physical. So the spiders handle it better. I don't know. I still see Jugger. Lone Druid, possibly. Siege with Alacrity on the bear. But I don't know if they like Lone's matchups here. He's playing against Timber and Troll. Bloodseeker.
Wow. Bloodseeker. So Rupture on both Weaver and Timbersaw. Pretty good.
Also pretty good against Troll. Rupture is.
Yeah.
He's a very mobility-based carry. Not in terms of blinking, but he just has to keep running after stuff to stay relevant in fights. I'm not completely sold on how Vikingg rounded this out. I really liked their opener, and I think the Rubik was fine too. But these last 2 was not what I was looking for. I think Ursa +1 could have been great, or maybe a Juggernaut, just to come together with their lineup when they're strong. But maybe their concern is you're
looking for like a 5-man push or something like that?
Yeah, just somebody that uses Alacrity really well to hit towers, right? Like your strategy right now revolves around Chen and Beastmaster getting auras and wanting to go together and push. But then you pick your carry as a Bloodseeker who, in my opinion, doesn't really fit the bill here. Like, you have good hero matchups, but does it work in the macro scale of things like here? Is it going to win the game, or is it going to be good against enemy heroes? especially given you're going into a counter pick now that Secret have. I think you might just play high tempo on Vikingg. I'm not saying it's terrible. Don't get me wrong. It's just not as good as what I think they could have maybe managed last pick. Storm into Rubik. So they have one instance done in Rubik, and then they have Cold Snap, but still a very good Storm Spirit game. And obviously, this is a combo Secret have played before. Puppy is 5 Weaver, Nisha is 2 Storm, Puppy gets Ags, and then he can time-lapse the Storm back and give him full mana after he has used all his mana in the fight. It's disgusting. It is actually so good.
That is
if they get to that
call.
stage.
Of course, you have to get the Ags. But I mean, he did farm really well last game. He had a freaking Vanguard. Basically, what else did he have? He had Mech as well. I believe he probably finished the Greaves by the end of the game as position 5. Not too shabby.
All of Secret's heroes have blue cosmetics, Shannon. All of them.
That's because anything Valve puts in the game, syndereN, has some blue in it. That's always a style.
This specific blue.
The theme. Yes.
What would you call this color? Would you call it teal or turquoise?
Ethereal blue. Sorry, what?
Would you call it teal or turquoise?
It's so hard to tell the difference between teal and turquoise. I guess turquoise. I don't know. That's a hard one. I'm not good at colors, I'm good at purple. A lot of people that are not colorblind can't see purple correctly still, syndereN.
I see.
You think
so in
Rubik's
the top,
cape is very purple to me.
In the top left of the screen right now with the Beyond Epic.
Yes.
What color is the background of that? The fog.
Purple.
That's purple.
I'm seeing
okay.
Well, the fog. Okay, you made it very specific as my screen went away.
Oh, you can have a look and see.
Okay. According to our obs, it is electric blue.
Is that an official color or something he just invented?
Yeah, it sounds like an invention to me. I mean, there are millions of colors, syndereN, so there's a name for everything, right?
Oh, now it's gone, actually. Now you can't see the logo I was talking about anymore.
Yeah, I'm sorry, syndereN. We'll never know, unfortunately. It was going to branch off into an amazing conversation, I'm sure.
Okay, Shannon. How do you tell purple apart from violet?
Fight me.
Purple is deeper.
So it's darker than violet?
Yes.
Okay.
Probably saying this horribly incorrectly. Yes, I believe so.
Okay.
Violet is a bit lighter.
You would say Bloodseeker. Okay, I have another question for you here. This is getting really interesting.
This is you doing this and not me. Wow.
Man, I also get to have some fun once in a while. It's not very often anymore these days. So if you look at the Bloodseeker and you see the text on his name, Shad, is this the same color as is over his icon in the top? Is that the exact same color?
It does look lighter in the name.
So one of them is violet and the other is purple.
It could be a trick of the eye. It could also
electric
be calibration.
Blue. It was a trick question. It's electric blue. All of it. Everything is electric blue.
All right. Well, Puppy is going to be perusing the electric blue river in his electric blue set. We'll be going up the electric blue terrain here.
Okay, that's enough.
I don't know about your terrain. Everything's blue for me, so it actually works out.
Terrain.
The rocks are electric blue indeed. So you do like Secret's lineup more, regardless of teams?
Yes, I think so. I do. I didn't in the first phase, but with how it turned out and got rounded out in the end, I really like the Dire lineup, just because I see a very clear way of winning the game. If they do get past the early mid-game dangerous stage where Chen Beastmaster could really push, I just don't think the Radiant have solutions for Weaver, Ags plus Storm. I don't think they can handle it. The pressure is going to be way too much. And it's not like that Storm is even the only carry. There's Troll and Timber. So you have like 3 scaling cores, one of which is a tanky frontliner that you didn't really solve except with Rupture. What if he just stands still? Like, are they going to kill him? I don't know.
We'll find out. We will definitely find out. Zai is going to be playing the offlane versus Celery's Chen and Shad's Bloodseeker. Yapsor is in the vicinity on the Earthshaker. Did start with his patented boots first. How often would you say these like Yapsor types start with boots first? Is it like super common, like literally every game, or is it kind of dependent on what hero you're playing?
When you say Yapsor types, do you mean him specifically?
Yes, I mean, yes.
Okay. He starts with boots quite frequently with how they play, yeah. With like Shaker, I think he started with it on Void Spirit last game as well, right? I want to say.
Yes, he did. That is
yeah.
why I'm mentioning it.
I think the logic for them is that the way they play position 4 and the force that they pick, they're not really aiming so much to just man-fight the enemy. It's way more about manipulating laning stage. So in the last game, when they aggro tri-lane, YapzOr's job was to just be a presence and deal with pulls. And in this game on Shaker, he is enabling his offlaner by fissuring, and then he's just gonna kill his courier and probably prevent Chen from getting good creeps as well as to the best of his ability.
Yeah,
this is such an easy lane for Timbersaw. Like,
yeah,
I don't think they're gonna do anything to him. So Shaker can just freely move now. I don't even think he needs to stay bottom area any longer.
Yeah, especially now that Zai has 2 in reactive armor. So, but even without that, like I don't even see a kill potential between these 2 heroes unless Celery gets a bunch of levels and just gets a ton of creeps for, like, I don't know, 4 centaurs, whatever the case be. I don't even know if that's enough at this stage. But yeah, it's going to be a tough kill either way. They'll have to expend a lot of resources. Top lane, Aramis taking a lot of damage. Has the bugs applied. Toby is attempting to take him off. Did pop the Fairy Fire. Didn't really need it, looks like, but still, more resources expended. Matumbaman gets Fade bolted, but he's making the favorable trades as he does have plenty of tangos to work with. Aramis, oh, he's going to get Shukuchi-dan. Has basically no regen, but does have 7 charges on his wand. Only 1 tango left on Toby, so they have to be very, very careful in this top lane.
Secret are playing mega aggressive in this lane.
Mid lane. Oh, that's a... Is that a fissure block? Oh, the creeps are blocking him! With the creeps, it was temporarily a fissure block, but alas, boom shall live.
Yeah, and this is what's so powerful about Timber in this game is that YapzOr can do this. Now he can just be off the map. Now both mid and top are scared because they don't know what Shaker is doing. They have no vision pre-placed in this side of the map. They only had it in the bottom half. So whatever Shaker is doing, it's just a gamble. And like from Secret's perspective, when they've played this top lane this aggressively and they're trying to shut down Beastmaster, when the regen is this low in the lane from that aggressive playstyle, it makes it so appealing for Shaker to come up here. I think we're going to see First Blood in a second on this Rubik, probably. Very, very easy kill.
There's the fissure, and the only question is who will take it. It's going to be Matumbaman. Toby does get the courier kill, apparently. Puppy's courier did die in that exchange. But alas, if we look at the bottom lane, Zai... Now a 1v1, the old-fashioned 1v1 here. Should be good to go. Once he hits 6, I'm sure he'll hit 6. Actually, they're very even on levels right now, which is a little bit surprising. But that Whirling Death does
Shad needs to not overextend. Okay, it is 8 sticks too. It's fine.
I don't think there'll be a kill in the next 10 seconds, so we'll peruse the other lanes. I want to talk about Storm versus Invoker. As actually top lane, Aramis looks like he might find his way to the grave again. A beautiful block here from YapzOr. Just sticking around the top lane, and it really pays off. Puppy, he does take a lot of damage from Toby, but Toby's not able to actually finish the job.
I like this.
And there's a salve available.
I like this focus on top from YapzOr a lot, because I find Beastmasters to just be insane this patch if he has a good start. And they've really put pressure on him. They placed a good lane against him. They played aggressively. And now that they freed up another hero, they play aggressive with him as well. Puppy's going to suicide to neutrals here to save some time. I believe YapzOr's just going to stick around up here. I don't think there's any... There's no pressure on him to have to rotate mid, because Storm is doing fine. There's no pressure on him to have to go bottom, as we already established. So playing Shaker like this actually feels so good when...
He's going for this courier kill again. Yep. Invoker's courier is Dunzo. Nice little one-shot there from the Enchant Totem. And mid lane, looks like Nishi's going to be caught off guard here. The Chen did attempt to gank, but Puppy has TP'd to support his comrade at arms. Celery should be able to get out just fine. Might lose a creep. Doesn't look like it, actually. So looking at the mid lane now, YapzOr. Fissure forces Boom to run the opposite direction.
That Sentry. He's dead.
Does have the Ghost Walk, but yeah, Sentry is more than enough. So looking at the mid lane, it's 30-9 in CS for the Storm versus 21-7 versus for the Invoker. So even without that kill, Nisha looked like he was winning this lane.
Yeah. I also have to keep in mind that YapzOr did poke his head in. It does help. Not only did it pressure Invoker a bit earlier.
Man, Matumba man is fine. Just wanted to let you know.
But yeah, when you pressure mid with Shaker like this, even if you don't kill the Invoker, you do some damage, you stop him from CSing, and you put the fear into his heart in the game, right? Like, he's gonna start playing more defensively and maybe lose CS because Shaker is missing. So this is like natural development of the lane. I would say that Storm pulls ahead by a bit. It's very difficult to be Invoker here. Early on.
Oh, top lane. This looks to be an actual kill now. Nice block off again from YapzOr. Chant Totem will not connect this time, but they have more than enough to take out that pesky Beastmaster. But it looks like YapzOr will finally get traded. It has been a long time coming. And the last
Summon the Invoker.
it will actually go to the Rubik. Probably a little unfortunate, but Invoker could have really used that kill.
Yeah, he got recalled up there at least by Chen, so he didn't have to TP. Actually had it on cooldown, so he couldn't have. But yeah, he's gonna miss creeps in middle. For Invoker's own game, this is kind of a... I think that was a net loss, probably. He would have rather had 3 creeps mid than the kill on Shaker. But for his
bottom lane, Shad. He's gonna get down to Blood Right. That was an interesting rotation here from Matuma. What's he doing down here exactly with his eye? They're looking for the kill into a tower, I suppose. Oh, Shad. I see YapzOr, but no Fissure actually.
Toby's
Toby
dead to Storm.
top lane dead again. This time to Nisha's right click. Shad TPs. It's the Blood Right, but not going to do anything with it. So yeah, Matuma Man now in the bot lane, which means basically a free tower.
Ain't a pretty sight right now.
Troll Warlord is a very good tower pusher.
No breaking down the radiant structures.
And now that Chen and Bloodseeker have rotated top, they're going to try to make the same play. But I don't know if they're going to be successful in taking this tower. At any point now, Zai can just TP top and stand there and be a wall. And they really struggle to kill him. Even if they do succeed, the tower is going to not fall. So, let's see. I imagine there he is. He's coming in. He's just going to run in. How much armor? 22 reactive armor. No way he does. They just...
This will be a difficult one for sure. They're gonna get some damage, and the Blood Right as well. That is magic damage. Goes right through that physical armor, syndereN. Looks like
no way he dies.
He might find his way to the grave. syndereN incorrect again. The caster's curse for real, but here comes the support from Nisha and company. That is 2 dead in the blink of an eye for Vikingg. Boom looks to be next, but despite losing their Timber Saw.
He died, but really?
But?
Was it good? It was not very good. It was very ungood.
Unkillable, and he died literally 5 seconds later.
Let me correct myself. I said in the start, he's gonna come in, and he'll either not die, or his death will save the tower. And then I thought he was invincible. So you are correct. But I did
literally
preface
said he was a wall. That is more like the Berlin Wall. Just falls very easily, syndereN. Well, I guess it wasn't so easy at the time, but it's down now. Okay?
Yeah,
I mean, they killed
the Timber, you're right. But it was really bad.
You're incorrect again. YapzOr telekinesis. There's the cold snap keeping him in place. He's trying to get off 1 stun before he goes. It's not going to happen. The roar now onto Weaver, so that is a dead puppy. That is 2 for nothing. So
and should be a tower.
Quick cleanup. Exactly.
Zai is moving. He'll be too late. And he's definitely not unkillable. So.
No, especially now that he doesn't have those ridiculous charges of
yeah, he had 22 armor when he TP'd in. I genuinely thought he was gonna live because he had 22 armor.
It's the 10-minute mark, by the way. He's gonna get ruptured. They're gonna get the outpost as well. Attempting to TP out. It's gonna be close. No, the tornado keeps him in place. And a nice little turnaround there. It will be an exchange of outposts, it looks like.
No, now they didn't get the tower. Actually. They rotated the whole team over to defend the outpost, or to claim it rather. It's happening now. They're not scared. Rightfully so. Puppy finds a courier.
So much for the Radiant's courier.
Man, a lot of couriers die in this game. My goodness.
A golden thread.
Looks like Matuma Man is going for the Yasha into what exactly? Do you actually go SNY still? Do you? I guess if you go for. It's too. Is it too late for Battle Fury after Yasha? Why, you wouldn't just go straight for Battle Fury in that case?
I think it's
okay. Mid tower could use a hand.
I think Battle Fury is probably what he's gonna do, because the game is in a good spot for them, and they know what how this game is gonna go, right? Based on overall strategy that they feel favored in a farming game. So I think going Battle Fury is completely fine. Maybe he gets the Yasha just to cover his bases a little bit in case they really ramp up the tempo. Puppy's dead top, by the way. Doing a pretty good job here, but Rupture just lost.
He is ruptured quite Quite efficient.
Claim your blood.
Shad looks like he just finished his Maelstrom. Will TP. I thought he was going back to. Yeah, he is going back to base to pick that up. Toby TP's mid though. Does have the roar available to use. Has a Necro 1 right now. Urn is on boom. He's had that for a little bit now. About 600 away from finishing the Spirit Vessel. Oh, bottom lane though, Vikingg.
Oh, he saw them.
Looping up, and Matoma Man comes back for the creep. He's gonna get telekinesis into a Fade Bolt, but
He's baiting.
into the roar. They don't really have anything to follow it up with. And here comes Puppey with that swarm. Gonna deal considerable amount of damage to Rubik before he falls back. Did force a bunch of TPs. Celery is here smoked. Actually, yeah, he is smoked. And we'll pop that juicy mechanism.
Saves his centaur creep with that. But now it's not there if in case of a fight, but I don't think Secret are going to come to this at all. They're going to just back off. They forced all 5 heroes of Vikingg actually came bottom for that. That is not, that's no good. Their mid tower's getting pushed, their top tower's getting pushed. They're just stranded down here, and I don't think there's any potential for them to take this tier 1 currently. So they're going to have to start spreading out again and just losing efficiency on the map every second from these Secret heroes just pushing waves non-stop. Man, Storm is so far ahead of Invoker. Jeez.
Yeah, looking at the net worth, 6,300 versus 3,900.
Radiant's top tower.
That is rough. And this was, in your mind, a questionable Invoker pick to begin with, right? And obviously makes matters worse when he's just not farmed at all. RMS is dead. Looks like the tier 1 tower will follow suit.
Especially when you combine it with the carry that they last picked, right?
Top towers in bad shape.
There is a synergy with Tornado into Bloodright, but I thought their lineup really wanted an Alacrity tower hitter, like Lifestealer or Jugger, right?
One last top tower for the Radiant.
They did end up going Bloodseeker, valuing some of the hero matchups more than I would say the consistency of their own draft, basically. That's my 2 cents here. What is this common on Invoker, by the way?
No boots.
He has Vessel before boots.
Yeah, it's weird.
Is that normal?
I mean, he's full in Wex, syndereN. 322 move speed.
Wow, really nice.
Do something about that bottom tower.
Very quick.
He's slower than a Crystal Maiden with boots. Just barely. God.
Wait, what is her base?
Isn't it like 275 or 280?
Yeah, that's rough. Yapsor doesn't have Blink Dagger yet, but they are smoked up with him and Nisha. Nisha with
275.
The Haste Rune, and they're squeezing in Toby.
Oh.
Bloodright is coming in, though, but they're just going to stand in it. They don't really care, but the heal from Chen will keep Toby alive into the Rupture now. Nisha looks like he'll find the kill. Echo Slam being used, but not really to much effect. Nisha still hasted on the high ground now. He's still ruptured, and he just dies. Didn't really have much of a choice there.
Really nice Hand of God.
Yes,
Secret did not account for that. They thought they had that kill on Beastmaster, and then Hand of God turns everything around. They get 2 kills, and now mid tower. Very, very nice here from Vikingg.
That's exactly what they need. Oh, Courier coming in. I think they just saw in the top lane. RMS stole the Shikuchi. Pretty good Rubik game, though. You get Shikuchis all the time. You can get the zip from the Storm Spirit. Not too shabby. Zai looks to be getting chased right now. Toby, of course, not having Primal Roar at the moment. Nice cold snap keeping Zai in place, though, and that will result in another kill. Yep. So Vikingg, despite being kind of down in the farm, are doing a good job of getting some kills.
Oh
right another Courier! How many Couriers have died, honestly? It's like 8, maybe? 7, 8?
I don't know, it's a lot. It is definitely a lot. It's quite a big chunk of Secret's gold advantage just from killing Couriers, actually. Oh my god, don't tell me he gets another one now. No way. No, 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 no. Oh my god, if he stayed 1 more second, he would have found that one too.
Well, he might get the other one coming from the secret shop. We'll see. I think is that why he's standing there? I think so, actually.
This
is
not
Puppey, man.
The bounty hunt anymore, Puppey. Wrong tournament. You had every opportunity to do this for money, and now you're doing it for free.
Well, it's for in-game money at this point. And yeah, he's gonna get it.
Oh my god.
I'm genuinely curious how many Couriers have died in this game. We didn't mention a lot of them, but I mean, we heard them. It's a lot of gold for sure. Must be really annoying for Vikingg.
This is actually a really underrated aspect of Weaver, what is happening top lane right now. As a support, you can clear the whole wave by just Shukuchi plus the swarm. It's a level 1 swarm, but it's enough to keep the wave in place that you can kill it off and get back up. And Puppey's finding a lot of extra farm this way.
Roar in the jungle on Nisha. Into the cold snap, and it will be enough. Beautifully layered there from Vikingg, and another high-value target taken out. But, I mean, looking at the net worth, it just... I mean, obviously that helps, but still, like this patch, we've talked about it before, just doesn't feel like there's as big of an impact from these kills. But might be another one, Yapsor. Whoa, did he just echo slam?
Yep.
What was that?
Don't know.
Well, that's another good kill and into a tier 1 tower. This will give them some gold.
Yep.
Dire just couldn't save.
Should be around the 2K mark.
Vikingg are they're making some good moves right now to try to get themselves into a better position in this game. Getting these 2 towers really opens up for Beastmaster to look for kills together with Invoker. Their lineup is kind of coming together at this point. The slight concern I still have for them is item timings on Secret. Zai now has a Yule, so he has a solution to the Vessel. The Weaver Ags is actually, you know, Puppey is progressing at an alarming rate toward this. On his Weaver, the Shaker Blink is coming up, and the Storm almost has Bloodstone. So like 3 or 4 big item timings for Secret are relatively close. I guess we shouldn't count the Axe on Weaver. It's pretty far, but the other items are coming up.
I mean, with 10 more courier kills, I'm pretty sure he'll have it.
Matu went Basher, by the way. Didn't mention that.
Yeah, I saw that. Very interesting.
So taking.
I mean, typically when I see Basher, it's like
approach.
the 3rd item most of the time, or maybe 2nd in some cases. But I wouldn't consider Yasha like a full item.
Guess he wants to be able to stand and deliver when he gets ruptured. It's like a man fight item where if Bloodseeker runs at him and tries to fight, he just overpowers him. Will want Abyssal at some point. I guess this is his go-to when he doesn't get... when it doesn't go Battle Fury, right? Then Yasha Basher is not that uncommon, but this doesn't stand out to me as a Basher game outside of the Bloodseeker matchup. Like, Invoker is going to kite you like crazy. Beastmaster does not want to melee you. He's just going to roar and send shit at you and then run away. And the 2 supports on Viking's side are not exactly, you know, in reach for him most of the time. So, I don't know, how good is it as a farming item? It might be a really good farming item, too. So it's 25 damage and then 25% for another 100 damage. That's not bad.
Zai is still not seen in the bot trees, along with Nisha. Not sure if they're trying to set something up or if they're actually hiding. Oh, Storm, TP out. Tornado's going to miss, and he'll be fine. A lot of time being wasted here. Maybe they should use a courier to scout so that it dies and they can get double-digit courier kills. But yeah, Puppey's just being this annoying pest in this top lane, repeatedly getting these not only courier kills, but the pushing the lanes and whatnot. And I mean, you were saying he's not... I mean, you're saying that Ags is far away. It's actually not that far away anymore. He's already gained 1,000 gold since we mentioned it.
They saw him.
He was going for the courier. Oh, he actually a very quick time lapse, but does take off the cold snap. All right, well, looks like he is likely dead finally. Did require 3 heroes though.
This reminds me of Ad Finem, maybe next time playing Bounty Hunter. Like, actually placing offensive wards around the enemy base and just running around trying to kill couriers. And when the enemy team is finally pissed off enough, they show up with 3 or 4 heroes to guarantee the kill, and then they still feel bad about themselves afterwards because they brought 3 or 4 heroes to get that kill on the support, right? It's really reminding me of that. Just that this Weaver is also killing waves, which Bounty Hunter obviously wasn't. So it's like almost an improved version in some aspects. It's like the amount of space that he's generating when you think about it, right?
Not enough space in this case, and because Roshan has gone to Vikingg.
Nicely done. So again, the timing in the mid game for their lineup.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Shad is 1,000 gold ahead of everybody in the game right now. Has the Maelstrom BKB.
What's he going to rupture?
Obviously, a lot of levels. There's the rupture. Oh, goodness gracious, Zai. That is quite a bit of damage, my friend. And he will easily be cleaned up as a result. Puppey, is he actually... I was going to say, is he going for another courier kill? But no, it looks like it might be a Chen. But he will Shikuchi away now. I'm sure they have some PTSD with these courier kills, so they're being real careful.
Vikingg is actually, considering the amount of wave pressure they're under, they're doing a really good job at finding moves. Oh no, not again. It's honestly just sad at this point.
He's 1,000 from Ags now.
Yeah.
Ugh.
So they are under a lot of wave pressure. They are finding moves. They are making kills and getting Roche. But can they press high ground is the question here. Because you're playing into Shaker plus Storm, Timber. The high ground defense from Seeker is really good, and so is the wave clear. So at some point, you have to find a convincing enough fight that you can really push to end the game. Like, even if Secret lose all the tier 2 towers by now, I think it's a job well done from them. It's not... They're not in a bad enough position.
Are you serious? Another courier? No way! They plainly saw him standing there. What in God's name? All right, there's a certain point where
he's not even dying.
You gotta see it coming.
Oh my God!
I don't understand. His teammates were pinging him too, like, "Dude, you're courier, and then literally 6-7 seconds later, it dies.
Towers taking hits.
Oh. How much gold have they made off couriers this game? Ugh.
Is there actually just no way of seeing that in any way in the game, including afterwards? There isn't, right?
Not that I know of.
There's no couriers killed stats
Radiant's
anywhere
mid-tower
unless you have like
banged
Lay
up.
Earth or something running.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a site you could go to after, but I'm not sure.
Shad?
Shad getting initiated on. Bloodright will not really do too much, but the roar, the counter roar, I should say, on Matoma Man doesn't do that much in the end. I hear a rupture. Not sure who that's actually on, but they're going to be able to clean up the Beastmaster. It's a 1-for-1 for the Earthshaker. There's 2 separate fights going on right now. Zai was the one ruptured again and will be brought down again. Unfortunate for him. Ends up being a 2-for-2 as now Puppey and Matumba look to be on the run as Shad still with that Aegis intact. Nice cold snap into the Bloodright. Looks like the ult will be popped by Troll, which will only delay the inevitable death here. And
It's fun seeing him run after a Bloodseeker that's more than hasted. He just can't. He just kept running at him and couldn't ever catch up. Yeah. And Vikingg didn't even have to expend Aegis there. That's nice. They have 2 more minutes on that.
Yeah. I believe Puppey is getting his Ags delivered now. This is when things get kind of dicey.
Yeah.
Right? Not even just with that combo you were talking about, just in general, fighting against a Weaver with Ags is so
Dire's
hard.
top towers, you
I think
know
this is the
drill.
best partner for it in the whole game, though. Playing it with Storm is so insane. Like you, let's see here. So, gonna get this kill. I imagine he'll time lapse, and there you go. He just gave him 1500 mana.
Excellent.
It's basically Omega Coddle.
Towers getting beat down.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
If there were more heroes there, Nisha could have just kept going. Like, if you think about it, this mechanic with Storm is actually so busted, because the only limitation the hero has, or the primary one, later in the game, is his mana pool, where in theory, if you have infinite mana, you're invincible, right? You just keep jumping around and never be targetable and deal damage. And you can do that for like a good 5 seconds on Storm usually, or maybe a bit more if you have a really good game with a lot of farm. But then you're out of juice. Now you just do it twice. Like, what the hell?
I mean, I think the thing that's the craziest, well, I shouldn't say the craziest part, but it not only allows you to cast it on teammates, but lowers the cooldown to 16 seconds, which is, I feel like if that's something that, I don't know how much people have been abusing it lately, but when this first came out, I'm like, I don't understand why this needs both benefits. I feel like just being able to use it on a teammate is enough.
Yep, I kind of agree. I actually thinking, I think this might be the best Aghanims in the whole game, on my like list right now.
How dare
I don't know
you.
what I
Rubik would have something to say about that. syndereN.
Rubik would
But
die.
speaking of Rubik, he's dead. Primal Roar onto Puppey.
Oh, you tornado too early. I think maybe time-lapse,
And he will time-lapse himself, and he's fine. Well, he's out of mana, though.
He has
So
Arcane
they
Ring.
could potentially find him.
He's fine.
There we go. Another Shikuchi.
Where's the courier? No courier.
No courier before he dies. You never know, though. He still has time.
If he gets another
Another
25
cold
mana
snap.
here, he can lapse.
Oh, the bounty rune is so close. But meanwhile, bottom lane, a little bit of pressure being applied, but not any real damage to the tower. So let's do some itemization talks, syndereN, updates. Nisha has the Orchid to go along with the Bloodstone right now, as they are going to find Chen, who's mega dead. Matuma Man finished his BKB, so has the Yasha Basher 10-second BKB. So the
he's pretty
ultra
strong right
fighting mode.
Radiant's mid
Yeah,
towers.
it's he's peaking right now. Or well, saying that might be unfair because it makes it sound like he's gonna fall off, but it's his first like really big peak of the game. Until now, he's kind of been at the mercy, I want to say, almost of Invoker. Like you can get messed up so hard by like Ice Wall, Cold Snap. There's Rubik Lift, any stolen spell that has a slower stun. Like there's way too many problems. Now it's only Roar. He can power through Rupture with Battle Trance as long as he gets to not Battle Trench the Bloodseeker, who's the one guy he can't catch. Oh my god, they gave him mana again.
Blown up, but could be a potential kill onto Puppy. Oh, it is. So I mean, that's a fair trade if you're Viking here.
Yeah,
You'll be
good.
very happy with that. As Nisha is forced to run away. Can you talk to me about the casual plate mail on Zai? I feel like he was going for Lotus Orb against like the Rupture and whatnot, but then changed his mind. Okay, he did. Did he finish the Halberd?
No.
Okay, switching again.
Maybe he just wants
this doesn't feel like the most
Sanja's
value
though. Sanja's really good against Bloodseeker. Get the status resistance, you get the self-amp from reactive armor. It's a really good item on Timbersaw in general. Sometimes you would even see Timbers by Sanjin Kaya as a potential item build-up. But, I mean, it's not very common, but the standalone item is really, really good on this hero. I like it. I don't think he needed to rush Lotus either. I actually think this build order is really good in this game.
Fair enough. Looking at Shad now on the Bloodseeker, does have a full Mjolnir to go along with the still 10-second BKB. Haven't really had a big fight in a little bit here. Of course, it is difficult to fight into Secret. That's kind of the issue. I mean, in the ideal scenario, they'll be able to find a pickoff before actually going into...
Oh, Puppy got greedy for the run.
Yep,
it was a bait.
Will pay for it. But no Roche as of yet.
And Puppy doesn't lose his courier. He has played the courier game, and he's like, if I'm dying, my courier is getting out. Wait, which courier does he have actually? What particle is that? Unusual
did he change courier?
Bako.
Oh, he changed. He used to have Cardi. He used to be the only pro with Cardi. I was always enamored. It looks like he's changed his tune.
Two of his buddies have the Cloudy Boys.
I love that. Yeah, I love that.
Radiant's bottom towers seen better days.
It's the most, it's the most out of place in Dota. That's why I like it so much. Yeah, we've had this discussion actually. So Lotus Orb now officially finished on Zai. Thanks, syndereN.
You're more in place in like Valorant or Artifact. That's.
How would you know? You don't have access to either game.
I've heard.
I mean, Valorant
from
you do have access to technically. That's very true. If you want to have access, you have it. Now Toby blinks away. Don't think they'll find him. Another Timber Chain coming up though. All right. There's the slow. He's going to actually get rooted here from the clumsy net. There's Nisha just jumping all over the place. Will he get time lapse? Is he even close? Oh, there he goes. But he didn't really get that much mana back. So a little bit late to the party was Puppy. Not as full value as you would like if you're a Secret fan right now. But Troll Warlord completely decimated amidst the farm of Bloodseeker, just ripping through everybody. Finally, the BKB pop from Shad. That'll result in an Earthshaker kill. So
very good target selection from Vikingg. They negated
Zai
Troll and Bloodseeker.
Flipped by Tornado, and looks like he is dead as well. Does Yule's off a little bit. Oh, the TP? Oh my god, he hits hard. Oh, he did for 1 second. Was that the wild axes being applied for that moment?
I think so.
Must have been.
Actually, wait, what's it? I don't know.
Puppy has to time-lapse himself, and actually puts himself more in harm's way.
Oh, Aramis had the right idea there. He might blink catch him here.
Ooh. Can he
Fast
follow
and
him?
Stupendous.
Of course, the Shikuchi for Aramis does more damage. You can't play the trading game here. I mean, I felt like Secret just really wanted this. I mean, the Weaver Stormcon was obviously really good, but they picked it into the Rubik, which I don't know how much you think about that stuff. Like, it's not like it. I mean, is it game?
What did they pick into the
changing.
Rubik? They didn't pick the Weaver into Rubik, right? It was Chen first pick, and then it was Shaker Weaver.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So they didn't see Rubik, but they could have banned Rubik second phase because they ended the first phase with Beastmaster. So they had the option of banning Rubik. That is true. which is a very common ban when you have Weaver Shaker, right? It's like 2 insane spell steals. Shukuchi and Fissure are like, if you did like a ranking list, they would both be like S tier, I would say. They're like super, super good. So it's fair. I think that could have been a good ban. But yeah, this team fight that now feels like an eternity ago, close to the top shrine, basically, or top outpost rather. The thing that Vikingg did so well was their target selection, so they made sure to reset Beastmaster out of the fight and then re-engage with Aurora and Troll, so he never got ulti off. And they also ruptured Timbersaw very early in the fight. So they just had very good control of 2 out of 3 enemy cores. And Storm's jump, like you pointed out, just didn't really work out the way he wanted to. He didn't get full mana again.
Oh my god. He was a quarter second away from getting... Not that this outpost really matters in terms of the gold and whatnot. Shad, well, he's going to get buffed up, and Xayah's going to attempt to get out. He Lotus Orbs himself. They're trying to get Puppey taken out. He gets very low, and then finally, the extra damage from Invoker able to finish him off. And with that, I believe Secret is now on the run. Yapster with the Shadow Amulet. Oh! The Roar expended, but they will find the kill. See if they can get more on top of this. Is Matama Man actually showing bottom, forcing a TP in the form of the Invoker. He is now working towards a Satanic. Yeah, and that leaves Roche open.
Starting to look real good for Vikingg now.
It feels like these fights, Puppey is just not in the position. I'm not going to criticize Puppey, but just felt like the time-lapse has had 0 impact because he's had to use it on himself several times.
Oh, big ball bottom
lane. They're going to jump in onto Invoker. See if they can get this kill before the Roshan is taken out, but the TP from Aramis is going to force Nisha away. Looks like he's going to just zip TP. Should be good to go.
They get a base tower,
was taken.
I think that's still a great trade for Vikingg overall. Getting this Aegis is worth more than bottom tier 3 in this game. And yeah, I'm still going to come back to what I talked about before the game even began. Like, I need to see Vikingg winning the game. Like, how are they going to end, you know? I'm very impressed with how they've played the last 10 to 15 minutes with how much pressure they've been under with wave clear and everything. And they are starting to mount a bit of a gold advantage. But they haven't hit a tier 3 tower, or barely, in mid. They've done a little bit of a scratch. Like, what is it going to take before they can really find a game-winning opening? If they can find a fight like the one they did at the enemy outpost top, if they can find that in the bottom half of the map while they have a wave just now, that would be great.
I mean, that's a big if, considering the fact that Puppey is just continually doing this. Man, it's been very annoying all game. And there's the zip stolen from Aramis, trying to chase Nisha, but will instead be going for the Weaver. Puppey, full snap again, and down he goes. He is working towards an Aeon disc, so that will help in these scenarios. What would you rather go?
It's really... I'm just thinking
like
the alternatives would be like BKB or Lotus, but I do actually think Aeon Disc might be the best as well.
Well, now that he's dead, that means they can push bottom pretty much without any contest here. Xayah is going to be pulling the Puppey route here and pushing top instead.
Yep.
But you're right. Like, if they can find a fight and win that fight somewhat near the enemy base, at least on this side of the map with a wave, then
big item
that would benefit them greatly. But the split pushing continues from Secret. Xayah, it might cost him his life. Does have the halberd now, but yeah, that was a very ambitious TP as the Cold Snap again. Cold Snap has been kind of the MVP, it feels like, for Vikingg. It has been mega value.
6 in a row.
And down Xayah goes again.
Zodiah best do something about that bottom tower.
Storm Spirit is such a hero sometimes.
He is a hero.
Got the bounty rune. But yeah, another good kill for Vikingg. In terms of the big picture, it doesn't really change very much. He's out for 50, but I don't think they can reach... Or they can technically reach high ground, but they still need to push through Storm's jumps. Oh, Puppey, very close. If he gets lifted there, that gets nasty quickly.
Yeah, the reason Puppey is now struggling a bit to have more of an impact than pushing waves because he hasn't found a courier kill. That gives him all the confidence he needs. It's been an eternity since these courier kills. He's going to be found with the tornado, but with Shukuchi away to safety. And at least Boom in a very awkward position, and they're just going to blow him up.
Wow, that was such an overextension.
And this is what you were talking about. I mean, the experience from Secret showing in spades in this play at the very least. They find 2.
A feast for my
And
beast
Viking's
house.
actually pretty lucky that it's not more than that.
Yeah, Boom had another major overextension last game on the Queen of Pain, which kind of ended the game.
Yeah.
Just need to tame the beast a little bit more.
The Dire might want to.
And I was gonna say, Matumba gets a really big item in the Satanic. I wonder if he's gonna finish S and Y just to rack up that status resistance, or if he has a plan of doing Abyssal first to play it more aggressively. I think S and Y is probably the best. It's insanely good right now. He's against so many things. Even outside of BKB, it makes him able to play way more, to have the extra status resistance.
I mean, he's been sitting on this 10-second BKB for a long
big zip.
time as top lane. Yeah, we have the Orchid applied to Rubik. That's going to be an easy-peasy kill. And now the Roar onto the Weaver again into the silence from the Blood Ride. Do they have enough to actually take him out? Looks like he will also expend the Rupture for that. So, indeed. Now Shad with the Mjolnir applied, getting a nice Blood Ride onto 2, but it's already going to be the death of the Beastmaster. And there's the bash onto Shad. He's trying to right-click away. But Matamba, man, I think he will win this battle every single time. But there, Spirit Vessel applied.
He didn't BKB, he got disarmed.
Yeah, he still has a BKB, no. 10 seconds.
Oh, this is
has Satanic good. As well.
That is...
But will not expend any of it.
Dude, it's so sad to watch Troll ulting when he's disarmed. It's like you feel like the most useless 20,000 net worth on the whole map. Like, it's just nothing. Yeah. Absolutely has to BKB there before Battle Trance. Just Deafening Blast ruined that fight completely for him. Don't really know if it would have ended well anyway. Bloodseeker still had a bit of time left on the Aegis, and they were very well positioned to assist there. So
the creeps, Cinder, and the creeps and bottom. Quickly! They're killing your buildings. Please.
Oh, this is going to take a while. Oh, there's Invoker cleaning it up.
Yeah, the Alacrity definitely helps a lot.
So Chen...
Illusionist Cape.
Who got that?
Shad got it.
Oh,
I mean, it's not like this is a Radiance build or anything like that. And they did nerf this a while back, right? So you can't pocket it anymore.
Yep.
It'll kill the illusion.
Still nice stats, at least 14 Agi and Strength on Bloodseeker is good. And then, yeah, the illusion plays, you can make a bait against, especially against the Storm Spirit strategy. If you bait the first mana bar, that's crazy good, right? Haven't really been talking too much about the Radiant item progression either. So Chen is working on a pipe after having both Vlads and Mech. Beastmaster, I believe his most recent item was the Lotus Orb, or was it the Force Staff?
Good
There's
question.
10-second BKB
he
and
has
Invoker.
Both now.
10-second BKB Invoker, and Bloodseeker is starting to really ramp up. Gonna finish an Abyssal Blade in a moment with some really core Bloodseeker items here, right? He has the Mjolnir plus Satanic and BKB, very standard Bloodseeker build. Cheese in the 6th slot as well. He's very powerful in this upcoming fight when he gets Abyssal. It's no joke. And level 25 coming in too.
Some more items being picked up by Secret in the jungle.
Radiant's top tower.
I'm not sure who actually will take these though. So we have Minotaur Horn.
Radiant's top
and it looks like Spell Prism is finally picked up now for Secret. So is Minotaur Horn a Timbersaw item in place of this Craggy Coat?
I think it would be really good on the Weaver, right? It feels like.
Well, that's true. Yeah, he does have ninja gear, but
it guarantees that he can get off a time lapse on a teammate, basically every single time, unless he's roared, right?
Yeah.
So I do think that would be really good.
Now we're gonna have to zip in onto the Bloodseeker at half HP, pops the BKB, and with that, Seeker's gonna be very happy with that exchange if they don't lose anybody. But YapzOr, time lapse into the Roar now, but it's a double Roar thanks to the Lotus Orb. Into the Sunstrike on top of it. YapzOr still has Echo Slam, taking extra damage now as Toby's gonna apply some more. Looks like he'll find his death. It's a 2-for-1 as mostly supports have gone to the grave. Echo Slam used. YapzOr is still alive somehow. Now Nisha's gonna turn the tables onto Toby himself, who's gonna get a Lotus on top of Matumba's right clicks. Looks like they will find that one in turn. So it's a 3-for-1 somehow. Amazing turnaround from Secret. As now they're chasing Boom, but don't have vision. The dust still on cooldown. And that'll break things up here.
Yeah, pulling it back a bit. Really really important for Matumba to finally get to play a fight, right? Like, it's got to feel good to get to play your hero a little bit. You know, if nothing else, then for the morale. I feel like he's been so quiet this game because of the amazing job Vikingg have done disarming and roaring him every fight.
And his status resistance is crazy now with that SNY.
One of the
Satanic.
Yeah, first of all, he has that, but another key difference is the location of the fight, right? Compared to a lot of the other fights, Secret are the ones with a really good positional advantage on that side of the map. They had a great ward too. And now they're going to start shoving into tier 2. I don't think they're going to take any more than this. They're probably going to respect Viking's potential and start resetting and preparing for Roche.
Yeah, the next Roche is going to be huge. I mean, it's going to drop either the Ags or Refresher Shard. Which, if it is an Ags, trying to see who would benefit the most from that. Looking at Viking's team, I wouldn't say they have great Ags potential, but Secret definitely does. I mean, you have Black Hole, essentially, with Storm Spirit. You have the Enchant jumping around, shenanigans from Earthshaker, the double Chakram from Timbersaw.
Invisibility.
They have really good Ags if that ends up dropping from Roche.
Yep.
Which it will.
It will, yeah.
He is up now. I mean, I talk about how Rubik has the best Ags in the game, Sinner, but that's in theory, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's good here, for sure.
This
He
is
does have Blink Yules, so he does have some items.
This is such an important moment. If they... Oh, I don't think Matsu's the guy they want to find. I think Puppey can connect in time.
Yeah, they're going to telekinese. He's going to pop his BKB immediately. He still has his ult available. Shad, looks like he might be on the run. Still has his BKB. They're going to blow up Rubik. And this looks to be a dead Beastmaster, which means Vikingg need to GTFO immediately. Shad gets off his Rupture as the double kill for Nisha comes in. So that's 3 for nothing. This is a complete stomp of a fight, which will lead to Roche, and no doubt. And Voker looks to be the 4th. That's a triple kill for Nisha. Bloodseeker, the only survivor. Just a really bad start to that fight and just snowballed.
Yeah, they open on the... Troll was the guy that they found, and he has way too much status resistance, and they can immediately just turn it around. He gets Lotused, he starts fighting. They know they can't commit on him, because if they try too hard, they're just going to get a time-lapse off on the Troll, and they've spent all their resources. And on top of that, that was Matsu's level 25 fight, so he could Battle Trance Dispel Roar with the strong Dispel. So even that didn't work. And it's starting to... It kind of felt like this was... syndereN? I think you give it to Nisha, probably.
Okay, Black Hole.
It feels like the game... Like, it wasn't inevitable. Like, Vikingg did some really, really good moves, but they were under so much pressure to keep playing in a stellar way. And once again, I think they've played a really good game of Dota, just like in game 1, but... The clock just feels like it's ticking, right? They're working against it all the time. And now that Secret has finally reached their peak, I just don't know if they have the damage anymore. There's too much sustain. Troll is mega farmed, Storm is mega farmed, Timber is, and then they have the Weaver save plus a Shaker protection. Like it's just too many problems for their draft to really handle anymore.
Yeah, they're just going to clean out the last of the outer towers, and will likely just continue on. Matumba actually pocketed the Paladin Sword and will be using Minotaur Horn instead. Storm just placing his remnants everywhere, gets time-lapsed back into the mid lane. This hero. This combo. They might be waiting for this Abyssal Blade on Matumba. He is, I believe, either a recipe... Oh, he actually did finish it, so... Now he is very strong on top of the Aegis. Oh, look at this. Nisha time-lapse back to the mid lane. That was a literal global time-lapse in terms of positioning.
Whoa, what I missed.
So
OS
he's able to...
Thrall.
Yeah. The fun begin.
I mean, would you be happy if it was just a lowered, like the cooldown just didn't change when you pick up Ags?
I think it would still be super good.
I mean, you want it to be super good because it's fun to watch, right?
Yeah. Oh, Timber. They found Zai.
He's gonna Yules up. Here comes the Storm. Looking for the Invoker. Gets the Lotus Orb up. Double BKB. There's now Boom on the run, but Matumba jumps in onto the Chen. Gets off his ult though, so the extra healing is there. Matumba just gonna clean him up very shortly thereafter. Sheep onto Bloodseeker, pops the BKB now. They're gonna turn the tables onto Nisha, but there's time lapse again. Getting telekinesed into the Sunstrike, so they do find the Storm. A huge kill for Vikingg as the buyback from Chen is here as well. Matumba gets Lotus Orb up, and he has no mana. My goodness, that thing is ridiculous. The EMP shreds him. That is the Aegis. Of course, Storm with no buyback. I feel like maybe if you had buyback, he would probably. Maybe.
Yeah, he'll probably.
I'm not sure. Matama Man pops the BKB, and this looks like a losing fight, but the Echo Slam comes in. Chen, that is a dieback. Huge ultimate from YapzOr. See if this ends up turning the fight or not. Toby using the Havoc Hammer to full effect to get everybody inside of that Blood Right. Excellent usage. And that's going to help win this fight in spades for Vikingg. Despite losing the diebacking Chen, they cleaned up Secret real good.
That was a very nicely executed fight. Like, it was funny to see. I'm like, okay, it's just a matter of time before Puppy time-lapses the Storm, but it was so late that he time-lapsed him back to 0 mana. He actually couldn't even jump out after he got saved. And with the Storm out of the picture in this fight, and the Troll ulti used early to kill the Chen, they start kiting, right? It's just what their lineup's super good at. They keep kiting. The Troll, he never really gets on top of people. Zai, again, is very well controlled. And really the key there is that they get the Storm kill when they do. So, awesome stuff from Vikingg. They're still not out of it yet. It's still a big mountain to climb, but
I mean, they have
3
no
cores without
buybacks.
buyback.
Yeah,
this is
other than Earthshaker.
Let's see how much they can get here. Can they end? Wait, they can.
Can't do nothing.
Can they actually end?
Fortification. So Storm is back in
Storm's
5, and
alive with
actually
buyback.
Storm does have buyback
Yeah.
now, so
Okay,
it's
they're
ticked
not.
in his favor.
It's gonna kill the wave. Yoink.
And here he goes. And yeah, perfect timing to get 2 waves, in fact. They will be able to get the range, maybe even the melee. And there is, again, the Ags coming into play for Nisha. But they will lose mid-rack. But that is, I mean, they still have a major lead in that. Wait, okay, backdoor protection is there now. And yeah, they have to back. So the defense is here. And again, the Electric Vortex. Nisha just being extremely annoying. I mean, that high ground defense is so hard to play against.
Yep.
So Secret really just have to work these buybacks, essentially, and they can methodically, most likely, end the game, unless there's some disastrous fight, similar to what they just had.
Vikingg still, like we just saw in that fight, they know what they need to do. And the next time, they're not fighting into Aegis plus Cheese. Both were expended by Secret in the initial fight, so definitely a possibility here for Vikingg still to grab it. It's actually the graph is the win probability graph here. I don't know if I agree with that it's only a 2-to-1 favor for Secret here. I think they're a bit further ahead personally, but it's within reach. Any good fight, and you could force some key buybacks, maybe get a Roche. Suddenly you're there.
No, I think it's the buyback game is going to be very, very important right now. Storm, Earthshaker, they do have it. Weaver as well. So it's really just the Zion, Matumba without buybacks at the moment. But they're not that far away. It's only 300 and 500 gold respectively. So I would expect Secret to just slow this down a bit, get those buybacks, and then continue doing what they're doing. Or trying to, at least. I mean, we haven't really seen Nisha's Ags come into play, honestly. I don't think he's had a multi-electric vortex yet, in that fight at least.
No, it hasn't really. Again, credit to Vikingg, right, for positioning the heroes well. It also felt like the first good echo of the game, right? So like 45 minutes in, we finally get a big slam. So
It was
credit where
really
it's
late
due.
in the fight, too.
Yeah, they've done a very good
Almost
job
turned
at
it.
playing around this.
All right, and I do believe... Nope, Timbersaw still has no buyback. 300 gold. Zai, get to work, bro. Time. He is mega farmed. Has that sheep stick. Here's the jump in. It's going to be on Toby. Very low already, and there's the Chen heal, but it's not going to be enough. He's timber chained to death. 90 seconds, no buyback for him.
That is big. They don't know this, though. He has the cooldown ready, so for all they know, Toby could have buyback here. If Secret were presented this information, I think they would actually push bottom barracks right now.
Yep.
But have to respect the possibility of the buyback. And maybe just keep maintaining map control. They know that the Roche can spawn relatively soon. Just keep shoving out waves. Oh, Puppy bottom. Nope, didn't get tornado clipped. He's so fast, and he has dagger too. Oh, the gem?
They have the gem on Nisha.
Nisha
It's
didn't have
just
enough
gonna get time
mana.
lapse back.
Well,
Now he
there
does.
you go. There's 2,000 mana.
Easy.
Go, sir.
Easy game. Man, I can't even imagine playing against this. This is ridiculous.
I think most people watching this have had at least one game against a base defending Storm Spirit, and they know they're like mega far ahead. and they just can't break the base because Storm keeps jumping the waves. Now you imagine that frustration, but it's out on the map.
Radiant's mid tower's getting banged up.
It is
all the credit to Vikingg, because they are definitely putting up a good fight here.
Radiant's mid tower's coming up.
Bloodright takes out most of the wave. 1 creep remains. Zai is oh, that's not their creep, never mind. Either way, a lot of damage being applied to this tier 3. We're gonna jump in onto Bloodseeker, trying to force this BKB. He's not gonna use it yet. Gets sheeped. Looks like he'll hold on to it, and for good reason. And if they, even at this stage of the game, if you get 1 BKB misuse, Secret will just back up, re-aggress after it's off cooldown or on cooldown, and likely take the fight with much more ease than before. Nisha working towards a Shiva's. See how much gold he has for buyback. He has 2,000 surplus, so he's getting pretty close to finishing the Shivas.
Here I am.
Smoke. Oh, this is a really big moment for Vikingg. They feel like we can't stay cornered in our base. We know Roche is a real threat. It could even be up right now. We're going to do the long smoke around to try to get a backstab on Secret that we're expecting, rightfully so, to sit on this high ground. This is very, once again, pretty textbook stuff from Vikingg, but piercing in here is so difficult if they don't find Weaver. And even if they do, he has the Aeon Disc. So
Aeon Disc will definitely help.
Puppy has 900 move speed. Okay.
They do have double
it wasn't
damage.
a courier that time. It was a hawk.
So Matumba with double damage. So this is a Divine Rapier, by the way. Don't know if we mentioned that. They will be going for Roche, and this will be very, very fast. I want to see Troll Ags. Please, God, let me see Troll Ags. Sounds so bad.
Give it to Shaker.
Or Shaker for sure. Or Zai. Yep, Zai will at least hold on to it for now, and he will take it. So it's going to be double Chakram.
Yep, also great. Oh, they found.
Oh boy, they're going to find Chen. And that's no buyback. And now you're working against an Aegis, Cheese, Ags, and Refresher Shard, I believe, right? Was that taken?
Yep. The Refresher is sitting on Shaker.
Yes, indeed.
Bit short on mana.
I'm a little
on
bit
Yapso,
surprised
but
that he didn't take the Ags, honestly.
the Timber one is really good as well.
Good.
Yeah, they're both great.
Just knowing Yapsor, you know, it's like I can see him saying he wants it, but Puppy denied him. It's a sad story. We'll see if he gets his revenge by winning the game with an Echo Slam. This would have been easier with an Ags, Puppy. They are sitting on a 33k net worth lead, though, so they can certainly stand and make some mistakes. But with, as always with a Divine Rapier, even with the Aegis, there is potential for throws. It looks like Shad is actually working towards a Divine himself. I suppose you just get rid of your phase boost at that point.
Regeneration.
Probably.
Or you can wait till 60 minutes and take one of those boots that drop for neutral syndereN. Very good. Force boots, for example.
Yeah, great.
Hey, we might see a 60-minute game.
It's very possible. Secret are... This is some of the most tested I've seen them in a while, right? I mean, we've seen them lose games, but in games that it looks like they're going to win, this is one of the hardest victories I've seen them have in a month. Like, they really have to work for it. Usually when Secret has this kind of a gold lead, the game kind of just ends. But, again, credit to Vikingg for really challenging them here. Unfortunately, they kind of don't have any map control now, and this is where it starts getting really grim. You can't really get the waves out. You know you're playing into Aegis Cheese and 2 free Aghanim Scepters and a Refresher. Secret will have buybacks. They have both outposts so they can connect with their buybacks.
Do you know if the Aghanim Scepter buffs now count towards net worth, or did that not get changed?
They do.
They originally put that in. They do add it?
Yeah. I think so, right? Don't they just add 6k still? I want to say.
Or was it the... I can't remember...
I mean, if you look at
if
you look at the net worth advantage, they absolutely do count. But I think it's flat 6k.
Okay.
I think so. I could be wrong.
So that's 12k right there then. BKB popped by Matumbo. Actually, that was his Minotaur Horn. He's going to take the range. Rax, no problem. The jump in again from Nisha.
Radiant's mid tower could use a hand.
Trying to create as much space as possible. As Matumbo Man will now go to work again with that Divine Rapier and the melee Rax now. Won't be able to lifesteal a whole lot thanks to that Spirit Vessel. which
they
has
lapsed
3
in there.
charges remaining. Oh, they're going to jump in. This might be the fight now. Aegis will be consumed immediately. There's the Echo Slam onto 2 with the double chakram as well, but it's not enough. The BKBs pop galore. They will get the melee racks, and Matamba Man might be on the run now. He has to be careful. He does have the Divine Rapier, remember. Again, the jump in Nisha with the double stun here from the Electric Vortex Shad. Absolutely no problem. I think Secret are trying to run away, trying to save this Divine Rapier, and it looks like they will be successful at that at least. But the Earthshaker's dead. They did trade a full Rax for it.
That was such a fast reaction from the Rubik. He immediately lifted YapzOr after the Echo Slam. He didn't get time to Fissure or Enchant Totem. If he gets one more stun off, regardless of which one it is, I think they get 2 kills. Both Invoker and Bloodseeker were able to get BKBs off because of that quick lift from Aramis. So very nice. Still, it's only a minor victory. Like, you get rid of the Aegis for Elena Barracks, but honestly, anything short of Mega Creeps right now doesn't even feel like it matters that much anymore. When you're this late in the game, aside of Rexus, whatever. At least against this type of lineup, you'll be okay. It's mainly if you're playing as like Nature's Prophet that it can get really nasty.
Oh, wow. I didn't even realize. This is an amazing item for Rubik, by the way, the Timeless Relic. He picked up his Ags now, by the way, the old-fashioned way. But
Yeah.
Timeless Relic is very good on this hero. Spell damage and debuff duration, on top of the cooldown reduction that he got from his 25 talent telekinesis. That is super good.
What is
It counteracts.
Pappy doing here? Holy shit.
Well, he's pushing.
Yeah.
They actually dusted, but not able to find him.
Close call.
I mean, we are about to hit 60 minutes here. He's going for another courier kill. These are more high value now at this stage of the game, if he can find it. Puppy.
Yeah,
he has a blink
that
dagger
didn't
now.
seem very feasible.
They care now more about that. Oh, actually, Shad has switched it up. Not going for Divine. We'll be going Scotty, it looks like. Very interesting. Oh, wait, he switched it up and is now going... Wait, what? He's going Refresher. Huh.
Also good.
Okay. Double BKB, double Abyssal, double Satanic if you really need.
Double Mjolnir. Yeah.
Mjolnir.
Double
Lightning.
Mjolnir.
Mjolnir.
Wait, how much mana does he have, though? Like, what? Can he even use everything twice? He can use his
How much is
inventory
Refresher
twice.
these days? Yeah, maybe it's not for the skills.
It's
really.
375 mana. It's a lot of mana. It's about half.
I mean, if you want
to
to double Rupture, you get Ags, right? I think it's definitely the item.
Yeah, absolutely. So that part of it will not really be useful. We shouldn't consider the double Rupture a play, even, I think. It's going to need to reserve it for items primarily. If the fight is long enough, he obviously regens mana quickly with it, so then he can get a second one off. But for the most part, double items.
All right, we are at the 59-minute mark. YapzOr getting ready for a potentially big Echo Slam. The jump in with the Shivas activated. Again, Toby is the choice. He pops the BKB, and Secret might fall back as a result of this. We'll see. Cold Snap into the telekinesis. Lotus Orb applied down to Puppy. He's going to Yules. Here comes the extra damage. Electric Vortex onto multiple heroes again. Toby finally goes down, but does have buyback. That is a big one. He's going to use it. Matamba Man and company. Looks like they're going to attempt to take out these creeps. And this has turned into a real game of Dota, I'll tell you what. Shad, they're trying to bait this B. Oh, wait, he already used the BKB. He's down to 5 seconds now.
Oh, they pinged him. They saw him. He cut
He
1
has
3 too many.
8,000 gold. It feels like you need to spend something at this stage. I mean, Matamba has 7k. I don't even know what he gets at this point.
Moonshard, probably.
I mean, with all this map control, syndereN, Secret can extend their lead even more by assuring that Vikingg are not able to get these tier 5 items as well. They have a lot of vision right now, but they do have to be careful. They definitely can die in these engagements. So 60 minutes is upon us. What neutral items shall we get, ladies? A ballista! Is that good on anybody? It's Troll? Troll? No, he doesn't want to be ranged. I guess.
Give it to Weaver so he can reach the couriers. Oh, this would be a big kill.
Yep, he died. It could be a dieback. Beastmaster gets abyssal now. Gets Force Staff to relative safety. Does have his roar available. Will have to expend it onto Matamba Man. But Rubik actually dies on the sideline, and he does not have buyback. Shad is forced to use his BKB. They have nothing to pierce it, so he will get back safely. Now the jump in again onto Chen. Did not mean to rhyme that, but he's dead. Does have buyback, of course. So it's going to be a 4v5 no matter how you look at this. Oh boy, Zai gets Woodland Striders. The regen on these are ridiculous.
Oh, perfect for Timber.
60.
He can make his own trees to cut all the time.
That's true. That's extra pure damage from the Whirling Death, my friend. Looks like this Rax is going to be the main focus for now. There's the jump in from the Troll Warlord. It's a 45 Echo Slam onto a couple heroes, and Invoker's going to die, but buy back into the game immediately. And this is going to be the mid-Rax now. Nisha playing this. I mean, Secret are playing this a little bit safe, mainly because Matama Men is kind of naked with this Divine Rapier. But they find the opening onto Bloodseeker. He pops the Satanic, but they disarm him. And there's another Echo Slam from YapzOr, finally using that Refresher Shard to buy back onto the Bloodseeker now. Secret, they're kind of blocked off by the YapzOr Fissure. At least they were for a moment.
He's making trees.
The trees are being made. Pure damage from Whirling Death is out of control. Matama Man pops the BKB. There's a jump in again from Nisha. There's the double Electric Vortex. Will this be enough? It will. That's 3 dead. And this is likely the end for Vikingg GG in this series, as Toby will die back and Bloodseeker looks to be next. What a game of dotes.
Awesome. That was a
Only
really
2
great
neutral
game.
5s though, syndereN, so that's okay. Well done, everyone. We did it.
What a great series.
68,000 net worth.
Yeah. I don't know
feel
if
like
I don't know if people expected, or rather, I don't know how many people expected this series to be this interesting. I think in a lot of people's minds, you know, Secret are kings. They're going to clean this out easily, but they had to play about 100 minutes to get this win home, which is sometimes what like 4 games would take for them. So definitely playing overtime today. And yeah, Vikingg, there's a reason they're second in the groups. They're playing really good Dota, but the kings are still the kings. Still, if they can keep playing like this on Vikingg, I see them getting really far in this tournament. Honestly, like this was high quality.
I mean, people will look at the box score and say, "Oh, they lost 2-0." This was a really close series. Very well played. I mean, up to the 45, and then Vikingg kind of fed a little bit, a couple bad fights, and that ended up allowing Secret to get complete map control. And even though they themselves made some mistakes in there, and that combo, the Storm Weaver combo is completely filthy. So
I don't even think this game truly highlighted how powerful it is because Vikingg played as well as they did. They actually did a very good job at not getting abused by this Storm Weaver combo very much. The last time I saw Secret do this, it looked so much nastier than it did in this game. So, but yeah, awesome game, awesome strategy. You love to see this kind of cool strategy. It's not the first time Secret run it, like we said, but it's a treat when you get there. It's kind of broken, but you know. If you can pull off a 5 Weaver, kill 10 couriers, and get an Ags, you know, you probably deserve to win the game.
Oh, we need that stat. We'll find out at some point, I'm sure, and then we'll let you guys know for sure. Anyway, SUNSfan and syndereN calling a night for night. There's more series to come, I do believe, so stay tuned. There shall be Dota soon-ish.
Yes.